Hi guys, in part 1 of this shoulder mobility programme I'm going to be going through the different types of soft tissue stretches and foam rolling exercises that are mainly focusing on helping to improve your overhead range of movement. On bars, is it essential that we can get our arms by our ears in both the overgrasp grip and undergrasp grip for skills such as your back giants and forward giants, for example. And on beam, we need to make sure that we have enough shoulder range of movement to get your arms by your ears with your hands in close grip, so for a flick. Now then, a handstand is the most important skill in gymnastics, and in order to do it in the correct shape, you need to have sufficient strength and range of movement of the shoulder to be able to get into a straight line. And if you can't get into this straight line position in a handstand, it's going to affect the harder skills, especially on bars where most skills require your arms to be by your ears. So, there are a number of factors that can limit your arms going into the overhead position. Gymnastics requires a lot of repetitive closing of the shoulders, so this action in skills such as your upstarts and clears on bars, for example. We also do lots of dish shapes and rounded back shapes in our conditioning. So over time, by repeatedly doing these conditioning exercises and skills, the muscles creating these movements, so your lats and your pecs, are going to get stronger, but they're also going to become stiffer and tighter. This can mean that we start to develop a rounded posture, which then makes it really hard to get our arms overhead. Therefore, it is important that we use the following soft tissue exercises to help reduce this tightness and help improve our range of movement. So, starting with your lats, and these are the muscles at the side here that are used all the time in conditioning exercises such as your press-ups and chin-ups, and for many gymnastic skills, so these can get really tight. So you're going to place your foam roller on the floor and lie on your side with your arm in front of you. As you roll down, your arm's going to come up by your ear, and then as you roll back up, your arm comes down in front. You're going to keep your palm facing the ceiling. Make sure you're on the muscle and not on your ribs. I'm going to do this for 30 seconds on each side. So moving on to the next one, and you'll probably be better with a ball for this one. So you're going to cross your arm in front of you, place the ball on the wall just next to your shoulder blade, and you're going to lean into the wall and make little circles. And you can also do this one with your arm up by your ear. I'm going to do this for 30 seconds on each side. Moving on to our pec muscle at the front of the chest. So these muscles tend to get really tight from our dish shapes and conditioning exercises. And again, you'll probably be better with a ball for this one. So you're going to take your arm out to the side and place a ball just underneath your collarbone. And you're going to lean into the wall and make little circles on the wall for 30 seconds on each side. Now onto the triceps. So you're going to lie on your front and place your arm on top of the foam roller with your palm facing the ceiling, and you're just going to roll forwards and backwards for 30 seconds on each arm. Your thoracic spine, so your upper back, can get really tight and limit your overhead range of movement. So to help with this, you're going to lie on your foam roller. Make sure you place it just under your shoulder blades, not too far down your lower back. Hands on your head. Make sure you embrace your core so your ribs aren't sticking out, and you're just going to take deep breaths. So as you breathe in, you want to sit up slightly, and as you breathe out, you want to extend over the foam roller. And we're going to do this for 30 seconds. So to also help with your thoracic spine, you're going to lie on your front with your elbows on the floor, like a steel stretch, and you're going to take deep breaths. So this is good because as you breathe in and your lungs expand, your thoracic spine expands as well. And we're going to do this for 30 seconds. So moving on to stretching, and we're going to start off with the lat stretch first. So you can use a stick if you've got one. I've only got a broom, so I'll show you with this. So with your hands shoulder width apart in undergrasp, and you need to find a surface to put your elbows up. You want your hands slightly wider than your elbows, and because we want this stretch to be focused on the muscle, we need to make sure that the back isn't helping at all. So we want to do this stretch with a rounded back, and then press your armpits towards the floor. And we want to feel this stretch in the muscle here. We don't want to be feeling it at the top of the shoulder. Now, if you don't have a stick, you can also do this stretch on one arm. So you're going to use your head to block it out. Elbow up, keep your back rounded, and press your armpit down to the floor. And you do 30 seconds on each arm. Now moving on to the pec muscle at the front of the chest, we're going to do a 90-90 stretch for this one, and you can do it on either the floor or against the wall. So I'm going to show you against the wall first. So you need to take your arm out to the side and make a 90-degree angle. You're going to find a space on the wall, place your forearm on the wall and slowly increase the amount of body weight you're putting into the stretch. You should feel it across the front of your shoulder. Now you might be best doing this in a door frame so you can move your head out the way and slowly increase the body weight that you're putting into the stretch. And you're going to do this for 30 seconds on each arm. And then finally, to show you how to do the pec stretch on the floor, you're going to lie on your front with your arms in a W. Okay? And you want to bend one arm up to help you with support. You're going to push on this arm and slowly lift up and rotate. And you should feel a stretch on this shoulder across the front of your chest. I'm going to hold this for 30 seconds on each arm. So they were the main soft tissue foam rolling and stretching exercises to help improve our overhead mobility. I hope you find them useful, and in part 2 I'll be going through some active flexibility and strengthening exercises for the shoulder and upper back. See you soon.